Apple here. Um, just doing a update and a general like, hey, what's going on type thing. So, recently I did something that was a little out of the norm for myself. I'm always been like a really awesome guy and typically try to help everyone the best way that I can. Um, but the other day, uh, I I had made some sales from a couple of bracelets that I had made, and so I had some extra cash in my pocket, what have you, and I was at the grocery store, and there was this lady who was ahead of me who was really struggling to um, just make all of her ends meet. She didn't have the money for all of her groceries and what have you, and so she started putting some stuff back. And I've been in that position before where I wasn't able to buy the groceries that I needed for my family, and so um, what I ended up doing was I gave the lady money. I told the cashier, you know, I'll cover whatever she can't. And both the cashier and the lady looked at me like, what? And I was all, yeah, I'll go ahead and cover whatever she doesn't have. And so the lady kind of protested for a moment, and I'm like, no, 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 it's cool, it's okay. Go ahead and get what you need. And she's all, well, I could really put some of this stuff back. And I said, sweetie, you wouldn't have it in your shopping cart if you didn't need it. So go ahead and get what you got. So the transaction went through and everything. I handed the cashier, um, I think it was $10 to cover what the other lady couldn't cover. And so when the cashier went to give me the money back, I told her, no, give it to her. And again, people got this like really dumbfounded look on their face like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, give her the change back. Because we've all been there, we all understand, we all know what it's like to have absolutely no cash in our pockets whatsoever. So I gave her the cash or whatever, and I just said, kind of jokingly, pay it forward. Well, a few years ago, there was a movie that came out by the same name of Pay It Forward. And the whole premise of the movie was that this kid who was in social studies class had to come up with an idea that would dramatically change the world. Well, in the movie, he set out to change three things. And by helping those three people and changing those three things in those people's lives, they helped three people, and those three people helped three people, and so on and so forth. Well, I felt such a strange feeling when I was doing this. Like, it was pushing against every natural instinct of, don't do this for this person. They're not going to appreciate it or whatever else. But I stuck with it and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And I decided that I was going to try to help two or three people that day myself. So the first of the people being the lady at the grocery store, and then giving her my change. And, I felt really kind of good afterwards, like, okay, kind of weird, but at the same time felt really good about it. So I got on the bus, and while I was on the bus, this group of people got on there and didn't have enough money for their fare. And um, what had happened was supposedly one of them had lost their ticket or what have you. So I, I sat there and I thought to myself, you have the money. Should I really do this? Should I really not do this? And when they went to get off, I realized that they were going to a local soup kitchen. And it really wasn't the fact that they were going to the soup kitchen. It was the fact that that was their only means of transportation, and the place that they were coming from was about 30 miles from where they were going to be left off at, and you could tell that they just really didn't have a lot of money. Again, I don't ever usually have a lot of money, but this day I was particularly blessed with having an extra couple extra dollars. So what I did is I gave them the bus fare that they needed to cover, plus a little bit extra. And the lady said, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I don't know what my son had done with his bus ticket, everything else, la 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 la." And I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Just when you can, make sure that you help somebody else in need. So, um, when I finally got back to the bus stop, because chances were that I happened to get on the wrong bus that put me in the path of these three people. Um, when I got back to the bus stop, I sat there and I was waiting for the bus that I needed to come. And here comes this lady and her two kids out of the bushes, um, coming from the local soup kitchen. And she came over and she just continued to thank me. "Oh my God, thank you so much, what have you." I'm like, really, it's not a big problem. It's no big deal. Just, it's considered a gift from me to you. So I really didn't think anything more about it. Got on my bus and went on about the rest of my day as I had planned to do. Well, a few days later, I was with my friend, and she was trying to purchase something, and somebody gave her $5, and she was protesting against it. "No, no, 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 it's okay, it's okay. I really don't need this." And the lady was like, "No, here's $5. You know, get your item." So my friend, she was like completely flabbergasted by this, and she's like, "Okay, well, come on, Michael, we got to go to the bank so I could get the money, blah blah blah, yada yada." And I explained to her what was happening. I said, "No, this lady gave you the money because she is paying it forward." And I explained the whole situation of, you help one person, they help three people, so on and so forth to her. She's like, "Wow." So I kind of saw my fortune of helping somebody that I knew. A few days later after that, it, I saw a pay it forward come back again. This time it was directed toward me. And I was like, "Wow, this is really kind of interesting. Is this coincidence, or is this a series of events that has brought this good fortune full loop back to me?" And so I really didn't think anything more about it, and was like very thankful for what had come back to me. Well, a few days later after that, I get a knock on the door, and it's one of my friends. And they hand me a laptop and are like, "Here you go. If you could fix it up and sell it, cool. If not, you can keep it." I was like, "Wow, what an awesome thing." And I asked them, I said, "I can fix this, but do you want me to sell it?" "No, it's okay. You can keep it because you're such an awesome person." I'm like, "Wow, what a just mind-blowing experience." I don't know if it's, like I said, a series of events that have unfolded because of me paying it forward, or if it was just something that happened because that's what was supposed to happen. Either way, though, I got to personally witness a friend being taken care of in her time of need. I got to witness it being paid back to me in the form of in the form of some money. I think it was like $10, And I got to see it repaid on to me again in the form of my friend's computer being given to me. So here I am, just like in awe of these events that have happened, because like I said, I don't know if it's karma, if it's the actual pay it forward that's coming back to me, what have you, but it's something that has greatly just kind of opened my eyes and like, wow, I did this out of the generosity of my own heart and because I had that little bit extra to give. And by me giving that little bit of extra, it helped a lady purchase her groceries for her family. It helped my friend out. Even though it was $5, it was $5 more than what she had. And she was able to use that toward her purchase. It it's just a hard thing to really put into words. And that feeling inside when I did all this, it was like pushing against my natural reactions of don't do this for them because they're not going to do anything for you. And I really didn't like that feeling. I didn't like that if I do this for you, what are you going to do for me type feeling. And so lately I've been really trying to work toward that whole goal of let me do for you even if you don't do for me. And I've always been kind of a selfless person when it comes to things like that. I've always tried to put people ahead of myself. For a while there, I was getting, it was backfiring on me quite a bit, and I was feeling very used and taken advantage of, and things like that. And I, I now know that there are certain situations that I should do things for people in, and other situations that I probably shouldn't do. But me being the type of person that I am, I'm still going to try to help people, even though it doesn't come back on me, or even if it does come back on me. Um, so really, the whole point of this video tonight is just take a minute to think of how one small action could affect the entire world for somebody else. For me giving that lady $10 plus giving her the change from that money, that gave her groceries for her family, plus a couple of extra dollars that she could have used for gas, or maybe picked up a prescription if like one of her family members were sick, or just anything. Maybe she gave a guy on the side of the road a couple of dollars and he went and bought himself a cup of coffee that helped warm him up on a cold day. I know that it's June 19th, but here in Washington where I live, it's been like 45 degrees and under. Like it's still winter type months. We had hail a few days ago. So, I really don't know how my small actions have affected people, but I see what the retributions are just by what has happened to me and the people around me. And so I've felt really kind of blessed lately, just with everything that's happened. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to go out and continue doing like all these wonderful things in hopes that more good karma comes back my direction and things work out for me, because that's just selfish and petty. But I do believe that when it comes down to it, I'm not going to be so hesitant next time to just say, you know what, I have $5 in my wallet. Do I really need it right now? Can I give it to this person so that they can help, or so that I can help them, or what have you? So it's going to be very interesting to see and go from there. Um, The other thing that happened is just recently my niece uh, graduated from the fifth grade into the sixth grade, and um, it's kind of funny because I was remarking to my sister the other, or during the promotion ceremony. I looked at her. I said, "Do you realize the last time we did this was like almost 18 years ago?" She's all, "Shut up! Really?" I said, "Yeah. Last time we went to a sixth grade promotion, it was me going to the sixth grade, and I'm 31 now." She's like, "Oh my god, I hate you. Shut up." And we kind of giggled about it, but I was just thinking, wow, where has the time gone? Because I remember when my niece was first born, and then taking her to her very first day of kindergarten, and it was just kind of like wow, I've been there for her every single day, her first day of school every single time, and now she's going into the sixth grade and she's 11 years old. I'm just like, Jesus Lord, where did my time go? So that was kind of like a uh, awe-inspiring moment and an eye-opener. Like, just wow, really, wow. So I know that they say time flies when you're having fun, but a lot of the time that's passed, I know wasn't fun. Um, there's been some really trying times and some very traumatic times and just stressful times, but I think it's those moments that are the hardest that make the moments that are the easiest that much more appreciable. Um, but yeah, watching her walk across the stage and like say goodbye to her fifth grade teacher and everything else, it was just kind of like, oh wow, my little girl's growing up, and I always refer to her as my starter child because like I said, I'm 31 and I don't have children, and I've been with her pretty much every day of her life. So it's kind of like her crowning achievements. I feel the same pride and happiness that her mom does, and um, it just made me realize, she's no longer a little girl. She's becoming a woman, and 11 years old really isn't a. They're still a child, but they're not. They're too old to be a child, too young to be an adult. They're in that tween years, and so it's like, wow, she's growing up fast, and pretty soon we're gonna be seeing her go across the stage for high school graduation, and then college, and next down the aisle. So it's like, frick, I could really relate to Cher's song, if I could turn back time, because there's a lot of times where I'd like to just stop the clock, rewind that damn thing, and be like, okay, now let's relive these steps. I could remember her, the first tea party that she ever had. She dressed up all funky and sat her stuffed animals down and around her and did a little tea party for him, and I took a bunch of pictures of her and like great blackmail material, but yeah, it's just like, wow, where does the time go? But anyways, yeah, I'm babbling right now. I'm gonna throw a link to the jewelry that I've been making, so you all can kind of get an idea of what I've been doing and just some of the things that I've been doing to kind of supplement my income a little bit. And the next thing on my agenda, I've talked to Social Security and everything, and I got my rent squared away. I I owed $2,222 in back rent, which is like a astronomical amount. But I got $1,500 of that paid off, and then I'm gonna have another $1,400 or $1,500 to give him next, or to give my landlord next month, and then I should be completely caught up. And then within the next few months, probably between July and November, I'm thinking about leaving this place and maybe moving back in with my sister. So I don't know how that's going to work, but right now that's kind of where I'm standing, because unless I get a roommate, I really don't think I can stay here much longer, and I really don't want to have a roommate because I did the whole roommate thing before and it just didn't work out. And I like having my personal time. Like right now, there's no one else in the house but me and my cats, and it's quiet. I could sit down and I could do this video. I could do everything else that I'd like to do, read my tarot cards or talk with my friends on instant message, or just sit here and exist without having to worry about if I'm disturbing somebody else or whatever else. So anyways, a lot of things I gotta think about, and so, but for now, I'm gonna call it good, and I hope everything in your life is going well. Remember to try to pay it forward. Also, if you haven't seen the movie, I highly suggest it. It has Helen Hunt, Kevin Spacey, and I can't think of the kid's name right now. I want to say Elijah Wood, but it's not Elijah Wood. But he's another really big actor now. Really good movie, and I highly suggest watching it. So, anyways, yeah, leave your questions, comments in the comments section. When you get a chance, go by and check out the blog. It's www.hellocupcakeitsme.com. And one last thing I wanted to say in regards to the hellocupcakeitsme.com website blog. I recently looked at my page ranking with Google, and it's a page rank 2. So thank you for all your views and your comments and your questions and your interactions there. It's made me extremely happy, and I look forward to getting that more, like just getting more things on there and getting it better under control and updating it with more diabetic news, depression news, my personal going on, so on and so forth. So yeah. Um, anyways, have a great night, everyone, and talk to you later.